Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
We are headed to work just before 7 o'clock, and neither Elizabeth or I decided to read the school calendar. And Tanner doesn't have school today. So he has been off like 2.5 weeks. So he is going to ride around with us today. And Silas is going to ride around with us today. And we are going to make an interesting video for you guys. So headed to the yard, picking up a 25, going to the landfill, dropping that off for JB Fence Brothers. Probably picking that up again by the end of the day and swapping it around, taking it to landfill, getting it dumped. They've got a large fence demolition that they're working on. And we got to run to Mount Pleasant. We've got some dumpsters local that I need to figure out if we can get those picked up or not. Have another one in Mount Pleasant that is probably ready to be swapped, but the contractor's on vacation. Contractor owes me a lot of money still, so I'm not doing anything until we get some of that bill rectified. But, yep, headed to the yard, and we'll see you shortly. First trip to the landfill of the first trip to the landfill of the new year, and the first trip to the landfill with the new to us trailer. So this dumpster came from the Charleston house guy. It is full of plaster and lath. She's heavy. She's heavy. So ran the snatch block with this one. Was able to pick it up with no issues at all, but that's heavy. So good way to break the trailer in. Had a phone call shortly after getting to the yard. I went through and pumped up the tires on the trailer. They were all about 85. I think that's probably where Peter ran them. So we put them up to 120. That's what the manufacturer recommends, and that's where we ran it. So had a phone call from the foundation company. He needs a dumpster. Told him the only thing that I had, or the only thing that I could get him, was a 15, and he was okay with that. I guess there's some hardwood floors in there too. I still have not gotten a new grabber mount, so until we do, I probably will not throw you guys on the dumpsters. Should be pretty close to. His rails on this trailer are not bent like mine, so it is it's a completely different animal right now. We're gonna go through and put all of this in conduit piping. So right now we're just kind of working out the quirks and the kinks with it, and kind of going from there. hope it's empty. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the springs look good on this one. Running gear looks good on this one. Everything looks good. This was a good purchase. All right, now this is the only oddball when it comes to the back doors. Oh, come on now. What in the world? Hold on. Just needs a little bit of tap, 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 tap. I'm gonna have to work on this one. The T-handles. The T-handles right here and right here that hold that door open, they really need to be down here like everything else. So I'm contemplating the idea of buying a welder. I know nothing about welding, so we would need to. I hear train horns out there. On the train tracks? Train tracks are right over there. I need to learn welding, but at the same time, if I had the welder, I could mess around with it and learn it. But there's things, Tanner. Hey, what am I doing? Making a video, right? So there's things pretty much on the trailer, the dumpster, all the dumpsters that we could do. There's other projects that we could obviously use it for. So that may be a purchase that comes up at some point, but I don't know. We just got a lot of repairs that need to get done. So we'll get there. We'll get there. That's the first dumpster that we've emptied off in the landfill in 2024. You guys excited? You don't know?
This was the first one.
Well, I mean, yeah, Silas's dumpster was, but that was the first overall dumpster that we have delivered to the landfill this year. How many do you think there's going to be? How many dump trips this year do you think there's going to be?
1,000.
1,000? How many do you think, Silas?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Ah, that's going to be a... We'll be bankrupt and out of business before the end of the week.
It's 1,000.
I'm gonna say 1,600. 1,600.
I think that was
Oh, you're gonna say the same thing? Okay. 1,600 is my number.
6.
Silas, you buckled?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, going to drop this off with JB Fence Brothers, and then pick up another one on the yard and get it out. So, see you in a minute. The new year is starting off well, very good. If people would pay their outstanding balances, I would be saying that it was starting off great. But the phone has been ringing and ringing and ringing this morning, so I'm okay with that. The boys, for the most part, have behaved this morning, and that's good too. So we're getting this 15 picked up, and then we're gonna head towards Isle of Palms for Busy Bee remodeling. And we're gonna pick up a 15, dump it. Elizabeth's got a half a day today, so I think she is gonna come and get the boys. Get that one dumped, get it back here on the yard. That's going out in the morning. I've got to swap the Dorchester County site. I'm gonna pick that one up tonight and bring it to the house. Silas and I will dump that first thing in the morning. I have a 20 that needs to get picked up in West Ashley, and I just had a client call. That one's going out. So as of right now, I do have some other ones that need to get picked up, but I need to call and confirm before that happens. I need to call before that happens. That's a brush. That's not a rake. Put it back. They always want to rake up the yard, which is a good thing, but he's not going to use my brush. I guess I could have gone back a little further. I didn't. Where can I stick you guys? Right there on the rails? Yeah, I guess that works, right? Hey, bring me the 2 pieces of wood on the trailer by the battery. Hey, did you hear what I said? What did I say? Silas, you did not listen. I said the 2 pieces of wood on the trailer by the battery. It's this.
This. Owie.
Aye. Yeah, my beard is looking weird today.
Why did you say you look weird?
I said my beard is looking weird. I think we need to clean your guys' ears out when we get home. Okay. Silas. Oh, Tanner just agreed to having his ears cleaned out. That's never happened before. Huh?
It's water.
Yep, it's water.
No, it's not. Oh, I thought. Where's that?
All right, go up by the gates. I think we got a cylinder over here leaking, so that'll have to get corrected. I'm gonna get that all cleaned up ahead of time and looked at, but just need to throw some grease in it. This has been sitting for a while. I'm gonna put the ratchet strap on the back of this one, and we're gonna have to tarp it. There's there's a little bit of junk in there, so we will do that before we head towards Olive Palms. And it's 100% locked in up there. Driving over here, tight to Tanner, and he's...
What's that for?
They're good boys. They're just wild at times. We all were. So, all right. See you in Olive Palms.
Was that just an insurance thing? Or what? For that?
So it seems to me.
No, we bought
got
another
a $15 million race 18.
Because they've got a whole bunch of people, apparently
And we'd all
active
come out.
service members on the list that are ahead of it.
You know, we had to resell
And
them.
the email states basically you will be getting a letter to kick them out. And the rates went to $2,000 a month. So we said,
Well, surely they would do a policy.
I mean,
yeah, I mean, you're going to pay just the doesn't cost us.
I mean, I think.
We'll go from there. Oh, it's been a day, it's been a day, it's been a day. It's 2:30. We have been rolling. Elizabeth got off of work, came and got the boys. Trash guys was supposed to be delivering a 30 today, and their truck is down. So hopefully it's something minor for them, and it's back up and running very soon. Because that not only puts us in a bind, but it definitely puts them in a bind. So I called them 2 or 3 times. I think he's probably sick of hearing from me, but I'll call him again here in a little bit, just make sure they're good. Something with the computer. So I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I know nothing about vehicles. So we're gonna take this to Palmetto Commerce, the Republic landfill there, Spring Grove, and then dump it on the yard. Go and try to get a 20 from Ashley Phosphate. We dropped it out there a while ago, and I hope. Oh, easy car. Need to slow down when you come around a UPS truck. Got a fire truck in front of us too. It's been out there for like 9 or 10 days. We dropped it before Christmas, and it was supposed to be a 4-day rental. I can't get a hold of the contractor, so I hope it's not overflowing. I hope it's not tagged. I hope it's not damaged. It is paid for, so I'm sure there's going to be an overage on it, especially with all the rain that we've had, but it is paid for. So we're going to go pick it up, get it dumped, and then engine 13. Kind of go from there. I've got to go up to the Dorchester County site and pick up one. I've got one in Mount Pleasant that needs to get picked up tomorrow. I've got one in West Ashley that's got to get picked up tomorrow. I may try to get some of these dumpsters back on the yard tonight, and I don't know. We're gonna play it by ear. But right now we're gonna get this 25 dumped. It needs to be delivered tomorrow. I may deliver it tonight on the way home. It's kind of up there by the Dorchester County site, so maybe we can get that one delivered tonight a little bit early. I've got the one from, I don't know, we just got stuff everywhere. So 2:30, gonna get this dumped, and for right now this is going on the yard, and I'm gonna try to get this other one over here. Still have to slide by the bank, so we just got stuff going on. But yeah, we'll see you shortly. We're doing some backward stuff. Hang on. All right, what we've got going on is I have got a lot of clients that have called and said we need dumpsters. I don't have dumpsters, so I'm scrambling. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it one bit. This dumpster has been out here since before Christmas. The property caught fire, and we had originally been given the opportunity to bid the entire project. I bid it at $30,000. That's a 3 and 4 zeros. And the guy said, oh, that's a great price. Honestly and truly, I think he was looking for a price to price it for somebody else, which is fine. And he ended up using dumpsters from Trash Girl. And there had been 2 of them sitting here for the longest time. I don't know if she wasn't paid. I don't know if they didn't have availability. I just don't know. So he ended up calling us and rented 2 dumpsters from us. So we are just picking up the second one. Big old slab of concrete right there. I'm sure the trailer tire is gonna move it. Nope, nudged right up to it. We are out here picking up the second one because I need it. I have not been able to get a hold of him to confirm that it's ready. However, it's full. So we're gonna see how heavy this is. Let's see how heavy it is. Trailer tires from this thing. There is some trash in there. I don't haul trash. This is going to Palmetto Commerce. Told him we don't haul trash. He knew that. So somebody obviously came and threw this trash in here because you can just tell somebody came and utilized this dumpster, and it was not the guy that rented it. So that's not gonna go anywhere. That's solid. That's solid. You can't tell me that this armoire and this, there's some burned out debris in there, but I honestly don't think it's gonna be heavy. I could be wrong. I have been mistaken before. Nope. It'll probably be in the 3-ton range, but it's not obnoxiously heavy. I've got a, well, I shouldn't say that. This is a new to us trailer, obviously, and no, I don't think it's heavy. It's pulling on there real easy. This trailer, there's a couple things on it that we're gonna have to go through and do. It's got a leaking cylinder. The winch is very, very, very fast to unspool. So I don't know what that means. I need to call DSI. I'm sure they're gonna say, oh, take it off and send it to me. I'm 99.9% sure that's what the answer is going to be. I'm not gonna do that. If the winch is gonna fail, then that's one thing. I don't think, oh yeah, it's not that heavy. I mean, I know the truck is powerful, but it's not heavy. I don't think it's faulty. I just think that, I don't know, it moves very, very fast going down, offloading a dumpster. Other than that, the trailer seems to be in real good shape. The brakes are gonna need to get worked on. These are 2.5-year-old brakes, so I can feel that they're gonna need some assistance, whether that's a new brake kit or what. I'm not sure at the moment, and we need to get the other trailer finished and fixed before I worry too much about that. This runs perfect. This runs fine. I have no issues. We're able to load and go and make this trailer work for what we need it for right now. This trailer is probably going to be the primary trailer once we get ours fixed. Then we'll end up getting a truck. The truck will be primary. This will be a backup. I don't know if you've heard me say it or not on the channel. The trailers are not ideal. However, I like it. I like it. This has made us money. This setup has made us money. The truck has been great. The dumpsters are good. We've had damage done to 2 dumpsters, and that is simply because the client destroyed them. 3 dumpsters, one of which is still in rotation, dumpster number 5, and the other two were replaced at the client's expense. They did take the dumpsters. They wanted the dumpsters for scrap, and that's fine. You bought me 2 new ones. I can't complain, you know. So I probably would have cut them down and just, honestly, I don't know what I would have done with them. But when they said they wanted them back, I mean, part of me was like, eh, and then the other part of me was like, so whatever. They bought us new ones. There was a delay in what we could not use them for, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, this isn't that heavy. He may end up needing one more here. I'm not gonna say anything. I'll send him a message. I'm sure he's gonna be a little bit heavy, so we will we'll get him to pay for that and thank him for his business and say, if you need something else, please let me know. So looking at it as a demo contractor, it is not a finished product. It may be a finished product for him. It is not a finished product for me, in my opinion. Liberty Containers, if we were to do that job, it is not done. So we'll see. We'll see. Big old C17 just took off. But we're gonna get this dumped, and this is going to a client. Gonna come back and get the 25, put the 25 on the yard, run to West Ashley, pick up a 20, put that on the yard, and run up and pick up the one from Dorchester County, take that home with us. We'll dump it first thing in the morning. They open at 6, so I will probably be there at 6, ready to dump, come back by the house, pick up Silas, and then we will start our day. That's just one less rental and one less move around that he has to be with me. Full disclosure, folks, full disclosure. I love both of my boys very much. They, at times, are a handful. But I don't make it easy on them. So we are an owner-operator looking for a second driver truck this year. It is not fair to the boys for them to ride around in the truck as much as they do. So I am well aware that it is not fair for them. They are not dealt the same hand that other kids are. So am I hard on them? Yeah, probably. Am I too hard on them? No, I don't think so. I think that, you know, they're going to grow up and they're going to stay out of the judicial system, the jail system, the prison system. They're not going to have run-ins with the law. They're going to be raised. Elizabeth does a very good job raising them to be respectful little boys. They are complete and total dicks to her when I am not around, and that's going to stop this year. So tough love. You know, they are not perfect angels around me, but they are far different when I am around, and that's not fair to Elizabeth. So either that truck just hit a car or his trailer brakes are locked up back there. Big old plume of smoke. When we were coming the other day, I was coming out of Mount Pleasant, and coming from 526 to 26 westbound, 26 westbound, looked in the mirror and there was a plume of white and gray smoke. I may have told you this, I don't know. My life is not that exciting, so if I'm telling you this again, then just bear with me. Big plume of white and gray smoke coming out the passenger side rear, which is where my exhaust is. And I was like, oh my God, I just had a tire lock up. This was Saturday, maybe Friday, Saturday, and I pulled over on the side of 26, which was probably not a very smart idea, to be honest with you. Cars just whipping by. You know, when I was a fireman, I hated working the interstate. Hated it. Nobody cares. I would love to shut the road down. I don't care if you're impatient. I don't care if it's going to take you an extra 30 minutes to get where you're going. You know, safety of your fellow man and woman is important, but whatever. I pulled over on the side and double checked everything, and it was good, and the exhaust was hot. I mean, you could just smell it, you could feel it, and I was like, oh, it must be doing a regen. So I don't know. We had just taken the truck all the way to Bryson City and back, and it ran perfect. It still runs great. No codes, no nothing. So part of me wants to do a forced regen on it. And I just talked with Ty with Trash Guys. That's what was going on with his truck. It was a regen. I put the truck into limp mode, and he is currently sitting up the road at a seafood spot. If I didn't have anything going on, I'd probably go join him, but he's up the road, and he said it's going to be 45 minutes to an hour before his truck gets rolling again, and that's because they had to do a forced regen on it. They've got the scan tool plugged in, so I don't know. But this truck's been good. The trailers have been good. Dumpsters have been good. Is it ideal to run a roll-off business with an F-250, a gooseneck trailer, and dumpsters? I don't know. I can't say yes and I can't say no. It's worked for 2.5 years for us. There have been a handful of times where the bin was far too heavy for me to attempt to pick up. Another big C17. It's got a green tag on it. I think that would be McCord. The tail for Charleston is bright yellow. The tail stripe on that one is a green. I do this. I just squirrel. I just randomly see something and I start getting off topic and talking to you. But is it ideal to run a roll-off business with an F-250 and trailers? It's worked for us for 2.5 years. I have been able to pick up a lot of what we have needed to pick up. There's been a couple of times where I can't pick it up. We've had to call somebody else. We've had to call an excavator. We've had to offload. I mean, there's ways around it. If I know that it's going to be something heavy, I'm going to sell you on 2 bins. Or I'm just going to tell you point blank, call a trucking company, call another dumpster service, call somebody else, because, and this may come across wrong, but your money is just as green as everybody else's money. Your debit card is just as plastic as everybody else's. Your American Express card has got just as much gold in it as the next guy. I mean, we're on an even playing field here. But as I sit here and tell you, you know, your money is just as green, your money is not just as green. And that is simply because if I can rent a 20-yard dumpster out to somebody who's going to fill it full of cardboard, I'm not going to have any issues whatsoever. I'd rather rent to that person who's got it with just cardboard, because A, it's not going to be as heavy, B, it's not going to be a struggle or a pain in the butt to pick up. That's a good red light run. I won't tell you who the business is. Yeah, I do it too. Versus me renting to somebody who's going to fill it full of concrete, somebody who's going to fill it full of brick, sand, rock, plaster, who the heck knows. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, $1 is $1. But if I can get that $1 and I had my choice between an easy dollar or a hard dollar, I'm gonna pick the easy dollar, just like everybody else's. So today, tomorrow, I'm kind of struggling and I'm kind of scrambling, simply because I don't have the inventory and the phone keeps ringing. And if you have not realized by now, I don't like telling people no. My fear is I'm going to tell you no. You're going to go to the next person on Google. You're going to call them. They're going to have a bin. You're never going to call me again. I can almost guarantee to you, my customer service is going to be far superior than 99.2% of all of the other companies in the area. You know, there's only one thing that you have in this world, and that is your last name. And this is kind of what I stress to the boys, and maybe this is why I'm hard on them. So you see, I'm going back to like 10 minutes ago where I said I was probably hard on the boys. When they are old enough or heaven forbid something happens to Elizabeth or I, they are going to be handed this business. Mom and Dad worked very hard. Dad still does work very hard. Mom volunteers a lot of her time, so we'll say she works hard too. I started at 14 working on a dairy farm, which moved to convenience stores, which moved to a landscaping job on a military installation, which moved to a paper mill in my hometown, which I actually really liked that job. Like, that was a good job. That was a good job. And from there, we went to a storage unit. And from there, I really started on the paid side of things with an ambulance and a fire department. So, the only thing you have in this world is your last name. Come right in front of me, dummy. Golly. If you jeopardize or disgrace your last name, you're done. Sure, I could disgrace Liberty Containers. I can change the name. I'm not going to change my last name. People are going to know your last name. Every email I send has my last name. Every quote that I send on a text message has my last name. The business information has my last name. So maybe I am a little hard on the boys, but at the same time, they're going to be handed a business. They're going to be handed a business that is ready to go. This truck is trying to make a U-turn right in the middle of Palmetto Commerce. Does he wave? Does he wave? He waves. He waves. So that's one thing, and that's another thing. I guess dating back to my fireman days and running this business and seeing the big roll-off trucks out there, you got to, you don't have to, but there's an undercover Charger. Oh yeah, go get them. You've got to be aware of your surroundings. I mean, there was 6 or 7 cars that passed me. I'm doing the speed limit. 6 or 7 cars that passed me that got in line behind him and then all cut over, and they were in his blind spot. He tried 2 or 3 different times to cut, and there was more cars there. So just, you gotta pay attention. I don't wear my seatbelt. I know that. If y'all want to get on me in the comments, that's fine. I have seen more fatality accidents with my previous profession with people wearing a seatbelt than not wearing a seatbelt. It's my choice. It's a $25 seatbelt ticket. I mean, if the accident is going to be that bad and that hard where I'm going to be messed up for life because of my seatbelt, just let me go. Just let me go. But no, the boys, if they want it, it's going to be theirs. If they don't want it, I mean, it's going to be theirs once Elizabeth and I pass. So I hope they're ready for it. But no, they do a great job. I mean, I holler at them. I hollered at them yesterday for just, they're boys, you know, they're kids, I should say. They're kids. They run around and Liberty! They run around and, you know, 7 and 3, they do their own thing. They're not in the same mindset of what I am when it comes to safety. There's a video, I don't know if Elizabeth put it out there or not. I kind of hope she did. Tanner was, both the boys were out of the truck. Elizabeth was at the yard with me, and Tanner was winching the dumpster up, and it was a 25, and it was off kilter ever so slightly. So it kind of shifted where it's hard to describe, and this is where I hope the video is on there. It wasn't on the rails appropriately, so the passenger side of the dumpster was on top of the rail and it picked it up, and it was only 2 or 3 inches higher than the other side, but it was 2 or 3 inches higher, and it wasn't on the rail where it needed to be. So the possibility of that entire dumpster slipping, rolling off the trailer is very high. I mean, it's a very high probability that something stupid is gonna happen. And, you know, he really wasn't paying attention, whereas Elizabeth and I are. Elizabeth knows very, very little about this business. But she has obviously got enough common sense to look and watch and see what we do. She watches everything in these videos to know that it's not, what was happening is not right. So he got hollered at. He got hollered at off camera. There, you may see a little clip of it, but I can assure you, man, it's getting hot in here. I can assure you, he got hollered at, and it's tough love. I would rather shout and scream to a 7-year-old for doing something that he is very conscious and aware of now than do it when he's, you know, 18, driving for me and dumps a bin over in somebody's yard and hits the client's kid who's sitting there watching him load it. You know, it's just, I don't know, tough love. But both the boys do very well with the business. So I feel for Silas, who's going to have to ride around with us for a little bit. But at the same time, I'm glad he is, because I know he's going to be with me. I know he's going to be safe. I know he's going to be enjoying the day. And part of me is kind of looking forward to, Daddy, I got to pee. Daddy, I'm thirsty. Daddy, I need a drink. Daddy, I'm hungry. You know, it just, he's 3. So he'll be 4 this year. And what in the world have they done? They have made an absolute mess in the 45 minutes that I have not been here. This is not going to be good. We are going to spin. I hope that. Oh, Jesus. What in the cluster hell have you guys done? What in the mother truck? Some of you may ask yourselves, Adam, why did you pull forward? Well, let me show you why. Because this dumpster the back of it was sitting right here. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff up on top of this dumpster that I did not want falling off the back and going through that window. So that's why I dragged it forward. Connected, connected, connected. See, no damage. Fantastic. Gonna pull out onto the road, get it tarped, head for the yard. After this, we are picking up on Ashley Phosphate, taking that one back to the yard and swapping out at the Dorchester County site, and then we're headed home. I hit that brick. Gonna hit that brick because I need to pull forward. Almost clipped the mailbox over here. Tight little road. So let's get the tarp on. Style the brakes in. This one isn't heavy, but it's not light either. Put the safety chain on it because that hook is messed up. Oh boy, it's been a day. It's been a day. Had to make an extra swap. Had to make an extra swap for JB Fence Brothers because, and he did me a favor. It's not the other way around. He did me a favor. So got a 25. Lady called for a 25, and we were planning to swap the one for James anyways out tomorrow, but that tarp will flap over. Will be good. He had a client he had one of the homeowners say that padding should be okay. I really don't want to touch it. I'm gonna put some bungees on it. One of the clients that's there told him to leave all of the 6x6s that he wanted them. So that, and there's a lot of them, that saved an entire dumpster, really, half a dumpster at least. So he doesn't need a swap. So what I did is I took him a 15 yard because he had the 25. The goal was to take a 25, swap it out for him, and then it was gonna go to his Thursday. Did I grab a bigger one? I guess I did. It was gonna go to his Thursday fence job, which is small. Oh man, I got that. Wow. Guess the big man is looking out for me. It's a small enough job where the excess was gonna fit inside of it. So the excess, it's only a 4-foot fence. It'll fit inside that 15 yard easy. So that he kind of helped me out. It still added some time, but whatever. Nothing is easy. All right, heading to the yard. We'll see you there. There's no backup lights on this new trailer. Kind of stinks. So at some point tomorrow morning, this dumpster, Lady Liberty, is going to get picked up, dumped, and taken out to a job site. I just don't know where off the top of my head or when. Why is there stuff here? This guy is really ticking me off. I'm gonna change the lot code tomorrow morning in the day. I'm really getting upset from, he doesn't even tell me he's coming. Like, I'm not cool with that. I don't have any dumpsters sitting here, so everything is dumped on the ground, which makes me have to go and pick it back up. Like, whatever. I need to look on the schedule and see where this dumpster's going. I know it's going out somewhere, I just don't know where. So, in case it does not go out anywhere, I'm just gonna shove it in the back. Yes. I just don't know where it's going out. You know what I'm not used to? Putting the small D-ring on the front of the dumpster, but because the mount on the back does not go all the way in, I feel like I need to do it. And every time I raise it, I forget that it's on there. So I'm bringing it back down. This one's going out tomorrow. I just don't know where or when. So I'm gonna shove it in the back just in case it doesn't, and I have other things that come in. I've got room to put them. But it's full, so it needs to get dumped. It's not like it's gonna sit here long. Maybe I'll get all this other junk cleaned up with an empty one when it comes back. I gotta bring it all the way down too. Otherwise I'm not gonna be able to reach it. Oh, that was a loud pop. I keep forgetting about this. All right. Raise it back up. Oh boy, it's always something. So from here, we are gonna run up to grab that 25 that I dropped off when we picked up the other 20. I'm gonna run that up to the Dorchester County site, drop that off just for the night, pick up the 20 and take that home. And then tomorrow morning, I'm just gonna get up early, run up to the landfill that opens at 6, dump it, come back and pick up Silas. And then he and I are gonna start our day. So I know there's more on the schedule than what's actually on the schedule. I just don't know what though. I need to look back through text messages. I have got a bunch of them. Lady's getting a 25 in the morning, so I feel like there's something else on there. There is a gentleman who wants a 15 yard, but I don't have any of those. The closest one is Mount Pleasant. It is getting picked up tomorrow. I mean, I guess I could run to Mount P and get it. I don't know. I need to get that other trailer working. I need to get another truck on the road. And then I won't have to worry about all of this. I won't be stressing over everything. It's too early in the year to worry about where dumpsters are gonna be coming from and where they're going. So, talked to trash guys. They thought they had their truck fixed and they don't. So, he does have his pickup and his gooseneck trailer. But I know that's not ideal, and that's not what he wants to be running. So for him, I'm thankful that he still has that trailer. Otherwise, he would be up a creek like we have been before. My trailers are not big enough to run his 20-foot containers. So far, so good on this trailer. So far, so good. I just wish there was some lights on it. That's something that should come standard. All right, I think I've got everything here. I'm gonna end up changing the locks tomorrow. That bugs me. That bugs me. And of course, it's always when I don't have a dumpster sitting here. So, all right, we will. We'll see you up the road. It is dark out here. Just make sure nobody dumped anything in this. I don't think they did, but nope, she's empty. All right. Well, this is not an area of Ashley Phosphate I would normally be on at 7:30 at night. Oh, I gotta get some lights on that trailer. Over here texting Richard about a game plan for moving the battery box and the winch pump, not the winch, but the hydraulics. That's screaming back there. Can't see jack diddly back there. I think I'm straight. I don't really know, to be honest with you. In the 2 minutes that I've been here, there's been 4 cars that have pulled in or backed in over here. Better get out and double check that. Something doesn't seem... Where's my headlamp? Oh boy. Did the boys get in the front seat of the truck today? Nope. I got it. Alright, let's double check all that. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what it did. I'm glad that this happened, actually. I know you can't really see it, but everything has kicked. So the rail is on the top of that, which is not appropriate. That's what it did the other day at the yard, and that dumpster is way up. Yeah, that whole dumpster is gonna slide. God dang it. I'm gonna raise this back up and see if I can drive forward with it. See if I can get it to shift. I doubt that I'm gonna be able to be honest with you. I have a feeling I'm gonna be dropping this entire thing back down, which is probably the smartest option, to be honest with you. So, I'll leave you guys here. You probably cannot see much, but I'll leave you here. Wow, it actually worked. Imagine that. However, I don't think the tail end is locked in. That's something that's got to get worked on tomorrow. And let's double check and make sure this lock is, yeah, see, it's not where, there she be. That's all she wrote. Fantastic. Now I can go 100 mile an hour up the interstate. So this one's going out first thing tomorrow morning. Can you see my breath? Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, let's get out of here. All right, we will see you up in Somerville. Swapping, well, picking up at the Dorchester County site. Just dropped a 25, and if there is not junk in it tomorrow morning, I will be very surprised. I've already had numerous people from the apartment complex out back walk by and look and see what I was doing. So it's not going to be behind any gates. It's just sitting on the side of the building. So it's just easier. This one's full of junk. Gotta get this one up to the landfill in the morning, get it swapped back, get this one picked up and taken over to a client right here on Scotch Range Road. Right down the road from where we've had one prior. Had another contractor when we first started. I don't know how we got linked up, but we did a lot of dumpsters for them. And then the payments kind of stopped. So the dumpsters kind of stopped. I mean, it's funny how that happens, but it's true. I walked over here and opened up the gates and double checked the back doors, but I'll do it again. So they're good. Just a bunch of junk up in there. I'm gonna add a little bit to it at the house tonight, just wrapping paper. And I keep saying over and over again that I'm gonna get all the stuff. Is somebody calling me? They are calling me. Who in the world is this? Somerville. Hello?
Greetings, Austin-Bailey parents, guardians, and students.
7:36 at night. Should have known. Don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, I think I've been telling you guys for a while we're gonna get all that stuff cleaned out of the garage. Well, finally bringing a dumpster home. So really need to get some lights on this. I'm having a hard time even looking at the rails, and it's bright here. So got some things in the works. Gonna see about throwing some white and green underglow on the trailer. Dragging something. Either that or the brakes. I don't know what I would be dragging. Don't know what I would be dragging. So that, I don't think it would be that. Oh, it's always something. We'll get this up on there and I'll put the windows down and I'll creep. Looks weird with those black rims on there. And that dumpster looks huge. It's really not though, it's just a 20. That tire, I think it's just because it's cocked. It might be in there, isn't it? Who knows? All right. So, see if we can hear some grinding really here's something. Turn the brakes up. Brakes engage. Let me cut it hard back to the left. Wow! Oh no, something seems to be rubbing. We'll look at it tomorrow. Why? Because it's 8 o'clock. We're going home. Finally. Have a good night.
Good night. Happy New Year.
Same to you. Thank you. Yeah, there's something back there is rubbing. Might be on the truck now that I say that. So, had a woman come from behind the dumpster as I was getting ready just to finalize and drop it and disconnect it, and she had holding the newborn, and I said, I'll wait until you walk past me so I don't scare your little one. I wouldn't want somebody to do that to my boys, and I'm not about to do it to yours. So yeah, there's something back there. Let's see if I can throw it in reverse real quick and back up and see. Nope. Of course, there's a car right there. Truck pulling in. Golly, son. You handle that big old Dodge Ram 1500? God, jeez. I don't know. I hear it back there. It's a faint rub. I don't think it's anything with the brakes. I'll look at it tomorrow. Nothing that I'm gonna mess with tonight. So it's it'll be 8 o'clock when we get home. So left the house, pulled out of the house at 6:30 this morning. Tanner does have school tomorrow, so yeah, I think he's ready to get back. I'm ready for him to go back. I think Elizabeth is ready for him to go back. Silas is kind of excited, I think, to ride around with me. I'm excited because he's excited, but it's gonna be a lot. So I think I'm gonna move him to where Tanner normally sits. That way I can kind of keep an eye on him and just make sure everything is okay. And you know, being an owner-operator, this is the life. When we did fencing and decking back in Columbia, and when we got to Charleston, we did it and started it for a little bit. My phone keeps illuminating. We'll shut that off. You know, the boys unfortunately had to come with me. Silas was little. He doesn't remember. Tanner obviously wanted to get out and partake, and he was 4 or 5 and 4.5, 5, and he couldn't. So that was kind of rough, and not having a crew down here, that's most of the reason the fence business went goodbye. We had a great business in Columbia. I had a lot of people that supported our business, and Jesus, just put new headlights on the truck, and I know they're bright, but Jeeps, their headlights sit so high up, and half of the Jeepers kick them up, and they're ridiculous. But couldn't really find good labor, and I didn't know anybody. So, you know, we put our name out there, and luckily we got hooked up with the Charleston house guy, and that's how we built our relationship and our friendship. Had a mutual friend that said, you know, hey, this guy does fence work, give him a call. And from there, we did a lot of work with the Charleston house guy, and he's pretty much the one that supported us while we got started in fencing and dumpsters here, and shut the fence business down. And honestly, we really only kept it going just because there was stuff that he was doing, and it worked. But you know, dumpsters started taking their, you know, the phone started ringing, and the fence business, I wasn't able to get things done as quick as what, you know, he deserved to have them done. So just kind of told him, hey, this is coming to an end. And I think he knew. Brandon, if you didn't know, you know now. But Brandon, I think, was honestly our first subscriber on the YouTube channel. So we started the channel. I threw a couple things out there and got a phone call from him, and we talked for about an hour or so, and he gave me a lot of pointers and said that, you know, he was impressed with what we were doing, and he kind of wishes that he had one. So Brandon, this is your shout out. Get yourself a YouTube channel. But we really got our start here. There was another dumpster company that had serviced him, and there was an issue, and they kind of closed up shop. They sold off, and we were able to come in and take over. And you know, Brandon is a big part of us still having the business and keeping the business going. And you know, I think at one time he had 8 or 10 dumpsters out on different job sites, and they were getting swapped, and we were doing a lot of work with him, and we still do. We had those 2 big 25s that we picked up on his job. That was his newest house, and they were heavy. They were heavy. He knows they were heavy. He got the bill. He paid the bill. He knows they were heavy. So we've been fortunate to link up with some awesome individuals down here, and have really helped make this dumpster business grow. The fence business was great. Columbia, we had a lot of followers and support, and it was time to let that business go by the wayside, work on the dumpsters, do the dumpsters, grow the dumpster business, and we have. I'm very, genuinely very thankful, very fortunate to have as many repeat customers as we do. And had a phone call this morning from one that we rented in February of last year, the end of February, picked it up early March, and he said that he had remembered the great customer service that he was given. He needed a 10-yard. I dropped him off a 20. He got charged for the 10-yard. Kept it a little bit longer than what he needed. Didn't get hit on overage for daily rental, and he filled the entire 20, and I didn't charge him that price, and he remembered that, so he called us again. You know, I was just on the phone earlier with Peter, just talking through a couple things, and you know, I said to him, it's not all about the money. Sure, you know, having the money is nice, but it's not all about the money. So I've got the black screen. I don't even know if y'all can see me, but the money is nice. The money obviously makes the world go around, and sometimes it's okay to take a loss, you know. And I say that as a business owner that's had 2 lucrative businesses. I'm not going to say, maybe lucrative is not the word, but you know, we've had 2 businesses that have done very well. They have supported our family. They have helped support other families. You know, we've given discounts where we can. We've not charged people for dumpsters. We had a live load last week that I didn't charge somebody for. It was on the way. It was just some boxes. It's a give and take. Money obviously makes the world go round, but money is not everything. So do what you can for your fellow man, your fellow woman. You don't know what battles those people are going through. You know, there may be a time where I call on people, we call on people, and we say, hey, we need some help. Not saying that anybody that we've given a free dumpster to or discounted, anybody that follows our page or is good friends with us. I mean, they're different, but we have donated a couple of dumpsters. And honestly, normally those are the ones that bite you in the butt. I had a lady call me, I think it was August of last year. She had a not-for-profit. Please stop and wait. Thank you. Has a not-for-profit, needed a dumpster. It was kind of in the area. We dropped it off to her and ate the cost on the dump fee. Got a good review out of it. I don't know if we ever got anything other than that, but you know, it's not all about getting recognition. And she called me again October-ish. Hey, I need another dumpster. Okay, great. You know, and she was under the assumption that all of these dumpsters were gonna be free because she owned a not-for-profit, and that wasn't the case. I mean, sure, the business does well, but I'm not gonna eat, we're at the railroad tracks, I'm not gonna eat all of these dumpsters. So when we picked it up, or went to go pick it up, we couldn't. She was out of state, there was a vehicle in the way. And if you look back on some videos, you'll see this pickup, and I don't know if I gave a storyline to it or not. If I didn't, I'm giving it to you now. And you know, she just, oh well, I didn't know that I was gonna have to pay for it, so come and get it. I'm gonna have to pay you in increments. And I'm like, all right, a little bit of payment here and there is better than nothing. And we still haven't been paid. She appears to live in a nice house. It's not in a bad part of town, it's in a good part of town, and the dumpster was semi-discounted. It sat there for 2 weeks. She only got charged for one. She really didn't fill it up. It was an 1/8 or a 16th full. Really wasn't anything in it. Like, it literally cost me $9 at the landfill to dump. I remember that number because that's the cheapest I've ever dumped. And I mean, she still has a balance. She still owes us. And I don't know. I've been burned. Gave another one for a house clean out, and they trashed it. I mean, it was stuff everywhere, overflowing. I don't know. We try to do what we can, but sometimes it's easier to just not do anything. Just be that person and not do anything. So whatever. All right, I'm home. We're gonna get the garage cleaned out. As soon as I open that door, the boys are gonna come running out, which is great. It's nice to come home and have two energetic little boys who want to tell you about their day, even though they rode with you for most of it. So we'll be back at it tomorrow. Gonna get an early start, get this one dumped up at US 78, and go do that 25-yard delivery. And then from there, well, it doesn't matter. We'll do it in the morning. So I appreciate you guys riding with us. And as always, like, subscribe, turn those notification buttons on, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night.